Have you ever stopped to think about all of the things that happen in your life to shape your life? All of the choices that are made, all of the circumstances that are at play, which have a profound effect on your destiny. And yet you have no knowledge of it, you have no control over it. I was thinking about that not too long ago. I was having a conversation with my Cuban grandmother. She was sharing our family history and all the things that happened in her life that really shaped my life. She was sharing how, as a Christian missionary, she decided to go on a missionary trip to Colombia, leaving her native country of Cuba. She said goodbye to her family and friends for what she thought was going to be 6 months. It turned into a lot more than that, though, because during that time that she was away, Fidel Castro came into power, took over the country, and cut her off from her family and from her friends. She wasn't able to speak to her family for over a decade and wasn't able to see them again for almost 2 decades. Imagine that. And yet, our family left Colombia and came to this country in the 1970s. And my grandmother was sharing about all the things that motivated our family to want to come to America. All of the things that America was known for, its opportunities, its freedoms, but most importantly, its Judeo-Christian foundation that drew our family here. And then during the course of the conversation, my grandmother was sharing with tears how saddened she is to see how much this country has changed. How America is now nothing like what it used to be. It no longer stands up for righteousness. It no longer has a strong Judeo-Christian influence. And her tears moved me to tears in thinking about all these things, as I now have a son who's growing up in a country that I believe is going to be very different than the one I grew up in, unless we take a stand. I'm Pastor Stephen Mitchell, and I felt burdened by God to write a simple book, a call called Taking a Stand in Our Dying Land. It's a call to the Christian church in America, to all believers and followers in Jesus, to awaken from our spiritual slumber. We now live in a society where what is common sense is being called nonsense, where right is being called wrong and wrong is being called right. In the name of tolerance, our society and culture is becoming increasingly intolerant of Christians who hold to a Christian and biblical worldview. America stands at a spiritual crossroads for its very soul, and now, more than ever, we must place our hope not in political institutions, not in any kind of human solution, but in Jesus Christ, because only Jesus can truly save America. We must arise from our spiritual complacency, from our apathy. We must be willing to take a stand in our dying land, because only then can we truly experience the healing and restoration and revival that only God can bring. I hope you'll check out my book, Taking a Stand in Our Dying Land. It's available on Amazon and other book chains, because I truly believe that America's best days are still ahead of it and not behind it. But I also believe that for true revival and spiritual awakening to take place, you and I must take a stand. God bless you.